AI can generate UI, but most of it looks generic. You type a prompt and you get the same generic results we've seen hundreds of times. But today we're not going to do that. I'm going to show you how to use Figma Make to generate beautiful intentional design layouts, not some generic stuff. We'll build a real interface together, a steps tracker app, step by step. You will see my exact workflow, how to start a project, how to use design references the right way, and how to update the layouts so they match the original inspiration. By the end of the video, you will know how to prepare these designs for exporting into Cursor or Cloud Code so you can go from design to working app much faster. So let's build something that looks like designer made it. Grab my work file from the description and follow along with me. Hi, my name is Sergey and welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to learn more about Figma, Framer, and vibe coding, and like the video if you like it. And now let's go to Figma to create some beautiful designs. So I've done some preparation work already. I have prepared some of the things and I will just show you right now the workflow, how I did this app design. So first of all, I started with creating a plan using ChatGPT, and here's what I got. So basically, I wanted to create a steps tracker app, and I asked ChatGPT to point out the screens that I need for my MVP and to tell me what I should have there on each screen. So I got about like 7 screens or 8 screens with some empty states and describing all the features that I need to have there. Then I looked at the Pinterest to get some inspiration and I found this image over here. I kind of like it because I like the gradients, I like this real minimal design, I like the light colors and the typography, and I wanted to use it as a reference point for my designs. So what do I do with this? First of all, I need to understand what kind of screen I want to build first. By looking at the screens that ChatGPT recommended me, I understand that the most important screen for me right now as the first one, as a starting point, will be a dashboard screen. So I just copy the information about this screen from this plan and I go to my Figma Make. So what did I do? I just select this screen of this reference, I double click on it and I select send to. And here I will write a prompt to create a dashboard screen for my steps tracker app. And this is what I got. Let me show you. This was the first screen. It was deeply analyze the design layout shown in the attached screenshot. So this is a screenshot as a reference point. Pay close attention to spacing, fonts, colors, design style, and design principles. Use it as a style reference to create a design layout for a fitness tracker iOS app. Currently, I need the dashboard screen of the app. So this was the prompt, and this is what I got. This is what I got from Figma Make. So after it did some reasoning, after it understood the reference, it gave me some information about what kind of color scheme you use, what kind of layout, spacing, and all that stuff. So this is the result I got. I can even pick the iPhone Pro Max, and I kind of like it. So I like the structure, I like the elements, so the structure looks good. I see some problems over here on the top, and I don't like these the shadows. As you can see, it's not the same in terms of the design. I don't have these beautiful background gradients and these kind of like glass morphism kind of style cards, but the structure is okay. Maybe Figma is trying to limit the amount of duplicates, and so the user will not be able to copy exactly the reference image. I don't know, but in any case, I like the structure. So what I do, I just copy this element and I go back to my Figma file and I paste it here. So this is the image that I got from my Figma Make. A quick note before we continue, today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. I came to product design after being a professional photographer for more than 10 years. So for me, creativity was never about just one tool. It was about understanding composition, color, typography, light, storytelling. All these skills overlap. That mindset is something I still bring into my design work today. And that's why I've been using Skillshare. On Skillshare, you can find classes on typography, illustration, photography, and so many other creative topics. And I truly believe learning other mediums is one of the fastest ways for designers to level up their creativity. The classes are taught by real creatives and they're very project based. So you're not just watching, you're actually making things and experimenting. Even stepping away from Figma for a bit and learning something new helps me come back with better ideas and stronger design decisions. If you want to grow beyond just tools and build real creative depth, I highly recommend checking Skillshare out. The first 500 people to use my link in the description or scan QR code will get 1 month's free trial of Skillshare. And now let's get back to our designs. The next step, what I want to do, I want to update it in terms of that it will look the way I want it to look in terms of the design reference. So I already did some work and this is what I got. So basically this is the updated version. I updated the colors, I updated the background. As you can see, I have the background in styles. These are my gradients over here. And also very important thing is that I updated all the stuff here in terms of I made them everything in auto layouts. Well, not exactly the paragraphs, but the other sections and blocks are all in auto layouts. This is super important for me to work on later. For example, if I want to export it into code and use it in Cursor. The next thing is I also update the names and I'm using variables everywhere. So I begin to set up variables using this screen in order for me to update and work with other screens later on and use variables for them. So I like the way it looks now and I fixed it. You see, I fixed the design a little bit. So I have this bottom bar, as you can see, ready. I didn't have it in my Figma Make file. This was my second prompt and I wanted to add it later. So I will show it to you right now. So based on this design, I want to create other screens. So what do? I pick the screen, the next screen that I want to build. For example, I want to build the activity and history screen. So I copy the information about what do I want to see there. Then what I do, I just select this screen that I already updated with all the colors and stuff. And I right click, send to Figma Make. And I create a basically new chat, and we'll see that it will add this screen that I was playing around with. And here I want to paste a prompt asking Figma Make to build me another screen of my app. This was my second prompt. Based on the design, the one that I have updated, create a My Activity screen for Steps Tracker app, which should include daily step history, ability to switch day, week, and month, highlight the best day streaks. And after reasoning and after doing some manipulations and understanding what I need, I got a really cool example of the UI. As you can see, now it uses the exact designs and exact gradients, colors, typography as I had in my previous section. And here, as you can see, this is the design, the previous one, but the updated one that I did myself, right? And here's the second screen. Here it is. So I got the screen, and at this point I didn't have the bottom bar ready. So my second prompt was actually to create this bottom navigation, and I pointed out that what I need home, history, and profile, and I got it here, and it looks super cool, right? Even has some animations, it has day, week, and month, which is super nice. So I copy it again. I just copy it. I go back to my Figma file and I drop it here. And then I use my variables that I have set up in this file. I use it and colors to update this design to match it exactly the same. So I can use it later for exporting to code or to give it out to a developer. But the idea is that they're the same in terms of styling and in terms of variables. Actually, there is one more thing I can tell you about how to get variables. For example, if you don't want to like set all the variables from the beginning and spend time on them, you can export variables from your other project and import them into your project that you're working in right now. For example, you can use my design tokens template. There's a video on my channel about it, so you can check it out later. The link will be somewhere on the top. So basically in that video, I talk about how to set up the design system tokens. But for now, I will show you that you can go to this file and you can actually export them. For example, I want to get all the scales, right? So they're in base collection. So I just click export variables, export modes, and I get them in the zip file. And then I go to my file that I'm working in right now. I go to variables, and here what I can do, I can import variable collection. So I click import. So what I need to do, I just need to select my JSON file of my design tokens that is just exported from Figma. So if I open it here, I will get it right away. So I will get all the scales from my other project. So this is super cool. It saves a lot of time, about an hour or two of setting all this up. And then you can, of course, select all the elements that you want to fix, and then you can use variables to select the ones that you have in the design system, in the token system, and apply them to your elements. And the next step will be to create another screen, right? So I select it again, and I go back to my plan, and I want to create a profile section. So I copy the profile information, again, send it to my Figma Make, and prompt it to create me a profile section. And this is what I got. So update the profile menu and add all this stuff that I was listed for this prompt. And it says that it's perfect. It understood what I need, and Figma Make created this profile menu, profile section of my app. I don't like this switcher, so I removed it later, but I kind of like this option of setting up my own goal for per day, right, of steps. Actually, it didn't have it at the right away, so I asked it to add a kilometers and miles switcher, and the user should be able to set a custom goal, because it didn't have this feature right away. So that was my sort of update and follow up for this prompt. So I copy it and paste it to my file, and this is what I'm getting. This is the final version. So I updated it again using all the variables, and all the colors are in styles, and actually colors are in variables, but all the gradients are in styles, because variables currently don't support gradients. Also, I created components that are used for the bottom menu, and components for the toggle. So for now, this is enough for exporting this and working with this, for example, in Cursor, or sending it to Claude Code if you want to work with it later on. Or you can continue to work with this in your Figma Make file. But again, if you're planning to build an iOS app, you're not going to be able to build it in Figma Make. So that's why you need a developer who will build it for you, and you give it out to a developer, all of these screens, or you send it to, for example, Cursor, export them to Cursor, and then you build the iOS app in Cursor, but I guess it's a topic for another video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it, and I hope now you understand how to get better results in Figma Make using some design inspirations and update your designs in Figma. And please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to learn more about vibe coding, Figma, and Framer, and like the video if you like it. That's super important to me to promote my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.